17 on EA Sports. Against the Titans, who will need to solve that secondary. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
And we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium, which opened back in 2008 here in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field. And they thoroughly shut down that offense.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a man who won a Super Bowl right here in this very stadium. It's the veteran QB Eli Manning.
And he played awfully well in that game. Do you remember the stats? I mean, he's 30 for 40, 296, and a touchdown, no interceptions.
Not bad.
Stayed poised throughout the entire game and led them to another big victory over New England in the Super Bowl. Amazing.
And was the MVP, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it'll give the Titans a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run for the first time with Lacey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Again, it's Lacey. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards gets him back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Time running out here on the play clock. To throw, it's Manning. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Pernell McPhee in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep to return it is Lucky Whitehead. Play clock winding down. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led out by their mobile quarterback, the 6-year man. It's Tyrod Taylor.
I've always loved Tyrod Taylor's mobility. I love his footwork, his ability to escape, but his underrated arm. Accurate, downfield throwing, that's what I really like about his game.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Again, here's Blount. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Now a carry for Blount. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's three levels: defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Fresh set of downs here.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
They'll run it here. This is Antonio Andrews. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
A look at the defensive starters for Tennessee.
It seems like whenever people talk about Chris Long, the number one thing they discuss is his motor and how relentless he is. Let's not forget, he's also a superior athlete.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go.
They'll run it here with Blount. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Come on, let's go.
Off the play fake. Here's Taylor. Finding time. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 3rd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there. Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. On the return, the old reliable Devin Hester, the veteran. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to get... Eddie Lacy, see you later. Touchdown, Titans. Eddie Lacy, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. He's got it, and they'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
So it'll be first down here after the run.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Blunt, the lone running back. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Now Taylor on the left side. It's McDonald. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
And the Titans getting set to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And a look at the defense now. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. On play action, it's Manning. This one caught. Jordan Cameron shedding the tackler. It gives him some room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Following the penalty now, Lacey. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Throwing now is Manning, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They'll try to pound it in with Lacey. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Manning. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. The line of scrimmage is the 3 as they look to cash in on 3rd and goal.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Suckup now set to kick it off following the made field goal. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he cuts it back right. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And some room to roam now. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Manning to throw on second down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
One back is Lacey. The play clock's running down. He'll get the football here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it's good enough for a Tennessee first down. You think back at Alabama, he was there, Ingram was there, Richardson all at the same time. Boy, they produced some backs, haven't they?
They do. They are run heavy, and backs are attracted to that. They know they're going to carry the football often, and they'll get plenty of help from those big people up front.
And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Now Manning throwing on second down. And Cameron has it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll turn to the power game at Ola Waller. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They stay on the ground. This time it's Lacey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They run it again with Lacey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Time running out here on the play clock. Now a first down carry. It's Lacey. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Eddie Lacy's build is one for goal line running. I know he's got a little more wiggle and shake than you expect, but this is what you count on, isn't it? Hand him the ball here and let him run over some people.
Now they'll throw it with Manning. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll run it with Lacey. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Eddie Lacy, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off by a touchdown run coming from Eddie Lacy. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Whitehead, the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going. Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run again with Blunt. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
When people see Vince Wilfork, they don't think about his versatility, do they? But we've seen that throughout his career where he's actually played some defensive end as well as his expected defensive tackle and nose tackle positions. Strength, great quickness inside, That allows him to make plays in the offensive backfield.
Absolutely a run stopper. On third down, Taylor. And he's got Sanu. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The linebacker, Lamar Houston, the one to bring him down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Here's Taylor. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And quickly, they get to the line. On second down, here's Taylor. And he's got Fuller. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. This one complete, right side to McDonald. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Now Taylor on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's second down.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. It's got to time up perfectly, not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Way back at the 17 now after the loss. It's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Looking for someone to throw to. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good, because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Colts defense, they worked their way back onto the field. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, Lacey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Colts are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Titans will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. 1st and 10. Lacey's going to stay up the middle. He gone as he sprints into the end zone. They're now on top by 4. Titans take over late in the second. Lacey's going to take off here, and he cap off the 10-play drive with a TD. Still late in the first half, Taylor is going to complete the pass. Titans up now by 14. And he'll end up at the 35-yard line before being tackled. Colts should settle for 3 points on the drive. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
Whitehead, the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Man 38.
Play action. Now Taylor. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams and the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away. That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Titan football. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time. And that'll bring up second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Lacey. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning, and he's got him. It's the tight end Cameron. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now, can't he?
Yeah, we just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran taking what the defense will give him.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. On the counter, here's Lacey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
One back is Lacey. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Marcus Williams there to make the tackle.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
And on 3rd down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Lacey. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offense. Get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front. The linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked for someone else, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
One receiver left is Hilton. On first down, it's Taylor. And McDonald here over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Second down now after the pass completion. Taylor looking middle, and it's incomplete. LeGarrette Blount was the intended target, and it'll bring up third down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. To throw again is Taylor. And he finds McDonald. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you line up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Now Taylor on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chris Long in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On second down, Taylor. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
A nickel set shown by the Titans on third down.
Thinking pass. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Here's Blount. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Third and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's got time. He's got Sanu. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 10.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone coverage by running that route deep enough before breaking it back towards the sideline and being open.
And a precise throw for the reception in the first.
Let's go.
Now Blunt. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Taylor. He's got time in the pocket. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
One back is Lacey. He's going to get the football. Oh, he's got a little daylight. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Mea culpa time for me. When Eddie Lacy came out of college, I thought he'd be a good player, but I didn't know he'd have this kind of an impact on the game. As he goes, so goes his offense, and they're winning the game as a result.
I was going to say, they're both going pretty well right now, thanks to Mr. Lacey. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From the gun on third down, Manning, a dump off to Lacey. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now LeGarrette Blount gets set to go again on offense. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's the battering ram Blount. A beautiful spin and room to run. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Finding time. And he dumps it off to Blount. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. 190.
1st and goal here from the 2. They'll try to pound it in with Andrews. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Antonio Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Taylor going to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now the Colts defensive unit trots back out there. And they got to be feeling good about forcing that long missed field goal the last go around.
And you know what upsets a kicker more than anything? Is missing a kick they think they can make and feeling like the other side believes that they had something to do with it. And it doesn't matter. To those guys on defense, I know they're taking full credit. Yep, we forced him into the miss, and they're going to ride that confidence the rest of the way. We'll see if the kicker's able to get his confidence back as well.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Manning. And he fires one, but incomplete. The target that time was Vincent Jackson, and it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with
T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat, the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 93 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to start in the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Now Hester will get a shot. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Manning again here on second and 10. And caught by Cameron right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back.
Yep.
He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a play fake here on first down. Surveying the field. All kinds of time. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They'll get 23 yards there. And that'll be good for a Tennessee first.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Manning to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Third down, 15 yards still needed. Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on third down. On third and long, it's Manning. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Jordan Cameron is tight end, the intended receiver, and now it's fourth down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for Tennessee. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And the Colts coming out now. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's true.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chris Long In there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Come on, let's go. What does it?
On second down, Taylor. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy most likely to bring him down. That was a nice gain. They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. Oh, he shifts past him. What a spin. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now you got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Second down now after the incompletion. Play action. Manning. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Leonard Floyd, the rookie from Georgia, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, there was second long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning bringing it in. Jackson left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On 1st down, Manning. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Manning will try again on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Throwing on 1st down is Manning. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Back to the air on second down. It's Manning. He's got time. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Manning looking to throw a dump off to Lacey. Oh, no, he lost big fella. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And 10. Here's Manning. Catch made right side by Wilson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. Another pistol look here. Now Manning throwing on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there. 3rd down here.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Titans. Bryce Butler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job one. Now they have to convert, and then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard, and the time left on the clock, as you noted? So many things to go through.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
They'll again try for 2, this time from the 7. Eli's going to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that two-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people that can't see this, but you've got a ball in your hands now, and you've got the thing locked in pretty well. You've got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you had run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They have the lead, still a 1-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing.
And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Blunt, the lone running back. He'll get the football here. And he's got room. And a cutback, right sideline. Give him 30 yards there.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Come on, let's go. Brad 38.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. An extra DB defensively here. Big stop needed on 3rd and goal.
He may be a blitzer.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And a look here at the Colts defense. And they'll see if they can get one final stop with this crowd behind them.
And let's face it, as much as we want to say it's all about the guys on the field, they can get some help right here from the home crowd. And they're going to try their best to get them motivated, get them involved. but they're going to need to make a play or two in order to keep them in that spot.
The crowd's making some noise now. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Taylor to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback, because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Indianapolis, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.